Behold now as ever, November 20th, 2022 is when I'm reading it, but maybe people will be following this in the future. Okay, so this is by Marcus Aurelius in his Meditations. If you've ever seen the present, you've seen all things from time immemorial intro. Here's the thing, sometimes the words in this book I don't know how to pronounce, and I feel like an idiot, but that's how you improve, by making yourself look like an idiot, I think, anyways. Um, okay, you've seen the present, you've seen all things from time immemorial into all of eternity. I'm going to look up that word later. For everything that happens is related and the same. I'm going to look up what that word is. Immemorial. So, immemorial. Immemorial, originating from distant past. Immemorial. But, okay, immemorial, sorry. Oopsies. For everything. Okay, so now we're on. Okay, so I'm going to read it one more time. If you've seen the present, you've seen all things from time immemorial into all of eternity. For everything that happens is related and the same. The events that will transpire today are the same as the things that have always occurred. People living and dying, animals living and dying, clouds rolling in and rolling out, air sucked in and sucked out, as it is for eons. This moment right now, to paraphrase Emerson, this is Ryan Holiday's writing, by the way, is a quotation of the moments that have been, come and before, and will come after. The idea is expressed nowhere. The idea is expressed nowhere more beautifully than in Christianity's hymn. I cannot talk right now. I'm really sorry. Than in Christianity hymn Gloria Patri, as it was in the beginning and now, and always to the ages of ages. This thought is not supposed to be depressing or uplifting. It's just a fact. Things have it's just, however, it can be calming, centering effect. No need to get excited. No need to wait on pins and needles. If you haven't seen this before, someone else has. That can be a relief. Okay, so what I'm getting from this, and maybe it's just not the best, I don't relate to this one as much right now, but I think what I get from this is like, okay, so going back with my pilot, and actually, I don't know if you watched yesterday's one, today's went way better. The pilot from Harv's Air and the instructor was 100 times better and way more professional, way more chill. And we got a lot done. I got a good hour of flight today, and it went amazing. Um, and I actually talked to my old instructor about like what should I do, which school should I go with, and he said like just keep staying with Harv. So um, and it's really good. Like I'm really really happy, and I had a really good day flying. Anyways, so with the flying, it's like there can be some struggles in getting your license, and some parts are very hard. But I really think of it this way, as in like, okay, some other people have done this before, though. It's not that hard. It's kind of like in Winnipeg, it's a smaller town, very easy to live here. And people like want to move away to Vancouver, but at first everyone's like, no, with the cost of living, you can't do it. It's like, but and people say that about Montreal, and it's like, well, I did slowly come back, so maybe I'm not the best example. But it's like there's 4 million people in Montreal, so those people can deal with the cost of living. And in Vancouver, I think Vancouver is slightly bigger than Montreal, but I'm gonna guess it's around 4 million. And so there's 4 or 5 or 3, I don't know how many people are in Vancouver. Um, so 6. What? No, not even a million. That There's not even a million people in Vancouver. That can't be right. There's just it says, maybe Google's wrong today. I don't know, but it's saying that. Okay, Winnipeg's population. What's Winnipeg's population? Um, it's Winnipeg has 700,000, and it says Vancouver has 600,000. Wow. Okay. Oh, but that's not counting. Okay, well, there's like 4 million people, 5 million people in British Columbia. Anyways, so those people figured out, and people are like, oh, cost of living. And so, like with the pilot thing, I'm like, there's people who have done this before, and so I just need to actually put in more work. And like I honestly believe like sometimes maybe I lied to myself a little bit about how hard I was studying. And I felt this with French too. It's like I was going really, really hard at it for certain months. December of 2020, not 2020, of 2020. I went hard at it like 5 hours a day and like really concentrated and I would do it in like chunks of half an hour and just go absolutely hard at it. But then like when I started working, I would do 15 minutes a day or like half an hour a day and then slowly went down. And then I'd get back into it, I'd be back up to an hour. And then I didn't do it as much as I thought I was doing it or thinking I was doing it. And so I'm like, okay, so here's something. Here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to come home every single day after work, and no matter how tired I am, kind of like this, like as you guys can tell, like I've been totally exhausted after work, and I've come home and done this, even if it was only a 2 minute one. I did it no matter what, because I'm reading a quote and I'm relating it to my life. It's not that hard. I'm going to do it no matter what. And I'm going to go and get on the computer every single day and even if I don't feel like it, I'm going to read something, do something, work on one of the modules. I'm going to do something that I'm going to chip away at getting this. I'm going to get more and like get more involved in the culture of aviation. I'm going to listen to aviation podcasts and like so that I'm getting this information in a different way. Like sometimes it's like narrow tunnel vision like and I felt with French it was like to kind of get some of the grammatical rules. It's like I have to learn something, then like forget about it, then go at it again and then I'll have a full come at it from like a different way and then I have like a more round understanding of what's going on. And see, I was never I in school. I don't think I'm not sure if my memory's good or not because I can remember some things really well and some things not. I'm gonna say for positivity's sake that my memory is good, but I felt like a lot of people in school and the way things were taught in school where I went to school was just memorized, and it's like no, I want to know why and how and what's the inner workings of this math equation. I want to know what the reason is so that I don't have to even remember it or I don't have to memorize things. So that was, and I'm going to get into that with aviation. And like, it was nice because when I went, it's like it all came back to me. It all came back to me and I'm really happy. And it's weird though, because like I in no way regret my time in Montreal and moving away because I was planning on doing the pilot thing over there. It was weird because a guy that started the same time as me in 2020. Well, I started in December of 2019, and then so like in the middle of December, right? Um, Maybe a little bit more in November. Yeah, it was like November, late November of 2019. I started, and but this guy started around the same time, a little after, and I saw him there, and he was working as an instructor because in the 3 years that I was going, he continued. He got his commercials, and he got his instructor's rating, and like to go from private to commercial, you get your private, you get your night rating, you get your IFR, and there's a couple more ratings you can get, and then you get your commercial. I think, don't quote me on this. I need to become more knowledgeable aviation. You have to get your IFR and your night, and you have to go for like a certain amount of long distance things to get your commercial. And I'm so excited to do my cross country solo. Um, so, but it was weird because I was like, okay, like he's way ahead in this now. But I think going there, I was explaining to someone today. It's like I was going there, and I felt like going to Quebec, like that experience, a hold of me forever. And it's given me a certain amount of perspective, and I've talked about it here and there in other videos. And I need to like, very soon talk about my whole experience and what I felt. And like, I would say like there was a certain amount of adversity there that I faced, which I might not have faced anywhere else, because it's like is a prejudice towards outsiders there. There is a prejudice towards Anglophones, and that's what I am, a Canadian who's English speaking first. And there was a bit of adversity with like certain government branches didn't deal with English at all, so I'd have to translate and just like stop making excuses and all the problems with bureaucracy that come up. It's like I can't get mad, I can't mope, I have to make it happen. And my favorite guy for self-help and motivation is David Goggins. I remember it was in 2019. I was on a really rough show, and it's just like it kept me going and didn't quit. I didn't quit because of him. And it's like you just have to keep going, and you have to. If you're not having good grades, well, then study harder. It's that simple. It's a very simple equation. Obviously, you probably most likely have time to spare. It's just you make excuses not to. It's like, don't go with your friends as much. I was talking to an Air Canada pilot, and he said, like, "I just didn't go out with friends anymore for a year or 2 to get the studying and get the." It is hard. It's an online thing. You're by yourself. It's and there is classroom stuff, but you still have to complete a bit of an online portion anyways. So it's hard. It is hard to just sit and study by yourself. I get it. And so, like, well, I'm going to surround myself by people who are just studying. Like, I'm not going to just sit here all the time and study. I'm going to go to the aviation school. I'm going to go to libraries here. And this is really, really getting off topic about what the quote was. But damn, do I just love talking to you guys? I hope the lighting is okay. I hope it makes me look like I have a strong jaw. Not really, kind of. Um, but yeah, like from what I get from that is that it's almost calming that most people have seen most things. Sure, there's some events that happen that no one's seen before, but that's rare. Something that happens to you, just know that it's probably happened to someone else. And that person, there's people who've dealt with the situation and they got the best result out of that situation that they could have, or they didn't deal with the situation well. But just know that people have experienced the situation. Whatever happens, just know that there's probably people that have experienced a similar situation. It's like alcoholics and Alcoholics Anonymous. There's like an overwhelming feeling knowing that other people are going through what you're going through, and it's freeing, probably in a way. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Sorry for going so off topic, but I like talking to you guys. I'm gonna start booking myself on other people's podcasts so I can talk for just hours. Anyways, ciao for now. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to comment too. That's pretty good for the algorithm, you know. I really appreciate it when people do that. I think the lighting's a little too harsh. It's a little too much. Ciao for now. Ciao, bye.